took this out of the clamps and scraped off the worst of the glue. Now, there's always going to be black dots where the clamps were. Don't worry, we're going to shave that off here in a second. But like any board, we need a good face, because I want to run this through the planer, and right now it's going to wobble a bit. So, like always, we come to the jointer, put the best edge down. And I like this gray jointer because it also has a nice big plate here that I can lay on top of it and push it across. It has a wider base. It's a bigger jointer. Now all I need is one good face, not both. So when I start, I'm going to have my hand here to hold it down to start, but I do not want your fingers to be over a running blade. That's a bad idea. So I'm going to have it here and then slowly work them back and be here when I finish. So I have it tight against the fence. That just gives it some stability. And then push it across. Take your time and go slow and evenly across the blade. And now I have a nice, perfectly flat face that I can put down on the planer to shave off the rest and put it to the right thickness. We come to the planer, and I'm going to set it like that. Run it just like you would any normal board, but this time I'm going to go all the way down to 3/4 of an inch. All the way to 3/4, not 13/16. Now, if it is too big to fit in, we'll figure it out with the sander and so forth. We'll cut it down. We also need to round off the corners next. We're back at this router. Now this time you need to put in the 1/4 inch roundover bit. And I'm happy to point that out to you, but that's a 1/4 inch radius bit. And I've set up the height. I've already run a test piece so that I get a nice simple roundover. No shoulder, there's no lines on there. So nice 1/4 inch roundover. And we're going to route this. Now I have found in the past that when you go uphill, it tends to tear out. There's a lot of tension of it trying to pull up, and this bit is trying to do that same thing. So you put them both together and you're going to get some tear out. So you always want to go downhill. In this case, some of the cuts are going to be climb cut, which means I'm going the direction the blade is rotating. Normally I always go opposite. And there are some cases that I need to go with the rotation. Now I'm not taking off a whole lot, but be careful as you're cutting. You never want to cut with your hands like this. If I'm coming into my hand, obviously I'm going to hit my hand, so be careful. I may start here, but I'm always going to move my hand to the top and finish up. Start at the top of the hill and go downhill. Start at the top of the hill, and I'm now climb cutting. That's going with the rotation now that I'm on the other side. Start at the top and go down. That's climb cutting as well. Top, go down. Good, we got one side done, flip it and do the other. And as you saw, I got tear out. So if it gets really bad like that, move away, go to another spot and finish up. I'll have to glue that back down or putty it and we'll fix it. So I brought my pieces here. I had to pull this apart to tell you how to check. Stick it in there, and I can already tell that it's too wide this way, so that way I can run through the sander a few times. That's fine, that's no problem. The other way, however, if it's this thick this way, the only way to fix that is with a sander, the drum sander, and sand the bottom of this until it goes in. And I need to get it sanded to about here. So first we'll fix the thickness, and as you can see, my little tear out, I'm going to deal with that later. I'm just going to glue it and clamp it down and putty it up. But for now, I can at least make it fit in there. If you have to take some off this direction, I have to use the the drum sander, just enough to shave it down until it fits, and I'm only doing about this much. And then remember, the more that I have to sand it down after I've routed, the more I need to come back and route it again. Now, obviously I'm going to skip that part, but I need to round this all over again because I've now changed the corners slightly.